Hi guys. So today I'm doing a speed draw, and I'm doing it of the ATLA original benders. So first I'm starting off with badger moles, and I traced because I'm not that good at drawing yet. And now I sketched the Earth Kingdom symbol and I colored it in. So my idea is to do like a drawing for each of the four benders. So first up is badger moles, then I'm gonna do the moon, then I'm gonna do sky bison, and then I'm gonna do the dragons. So if we just keep going here, I'm just doing some extra little spirals so it's not like lonely. And just keep going and going. So I had like an idea to do this because I've been rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender a lot. So yeah. And you see like in the badger mole the line that goes all the way through. Yeah, I'm gonna change that later. So just like yeah. I'm still not that good at voiceover, so just yeah. So I tried these little corner thingies, but I didn't really like them, so I just ended up shading the corners, and I had some issue with my signature, and that worked. So here's the final piece. Now let's move on to the moon. So here we have the moon. I used like a picture from Animal Crossing because I couldn't find, like, that was the best that I wanted to use, right? So I tried like tracing like the little patches, but I didn't really like it, so I just shaded. And I had a lot of issue with writing this time, like the cursive. I didn't like how moon was turning out, and I didn't like how the turned out. So I kept going, and I eventually landed with something that I liked. So then I used the circle tool, which I did not know existed, to create like a circle for the water tribe symbol. And yes, I'm aware it's really dark right now. I'm gonna change that, don't worry. See, I made it a little lighter here, and I'm gonna make it even lighter at the end. So I just started thickening it out so it looks even to the Earth Kingdom one. And over here you can see like you can see me like thickening it out. I don't really know how to explain this part. Now I sketched out the water tribe symbol, and I really liked how this turned out, especially since I freehanded it like without any like reference or anything. Like I was looking at one, but I didn't have one to like trace. So I was pretty proud of myself. And then I just fixed up those little extra lines. So then it just kept going and going, and like I thickened it out and I started really liking how it looked. So then I started adding these what I call waterfalls. And first I tried putting a spiral at the bottom, but then I didn't really like it. So I decided to just go for like a line. And then I added some corners. And then I lightened it up a little bit more, added my signature, shaded it up. And then that's pretty much the finished moon piece. So I really liked how this piece turned out, and now let's move on to the sky bison. So here, this part will go by really fast. I purposely made it fast because I actually didn't like how this first drawing came out. So you'll see me like do all the things. I hated those horns. So now I moved on to like making it more smooth. And I know I'm using a baby bison as a reference, but that's because I couldn't find any other bison picture that had one in this like type of position flying. So I liked the horns, how they turned out this time. And I realized I like made it too detailed. So I took some details away. Like you'll see in the next clip, I'll take away less of the lines. And I also like moved down those like little extra lines. I don't really know how to explain that. And I made the top hair smoother. So I like how Sky turned out, and Bison just needed me to like fix it up a little bit. And I really liked how these words turned out. So here I put like the Air Nation symbol in the background and I traced it over. And I ended up really liking how this turned out. And I only did this because it has like it has like varying lengths, varying thicknesses in the lines, and if I freehanded it, it wouldn't look the same. So I decided to just straight up go for it. And then here I'm doing like these little air blasts where I use the same spiral, and it's just like air blasting upwards because I didn't really know what else to do for this one. Because like for fire I wanted to do fire, right? But and like for the moon I wanted to do water, but like I didn't really know what to do for this one. So and I did really end up liking this one. Like, I think my two favorites are this one and the moon. So I just shaded up the corners. I did my signature first, I made it really big, and this is the final product. I really like it. Now the dragons. So I didn't really like how the dragons ended up turning out, but it's okay. So I lost half the time-lapse footage for the dragons, so it's going to be cut really short and it's just going to cut to the final product. But because what ended up happening was I accidentally like stopped the recording during my drawing and I didn't notice, so I was like, oh. So here I'm just drawing the words, and I think probably ends soon because yeah, I lost the footage. And I hated how dragons was turning out the words, and it took me forever to get it right. So I was adding the spikes here, and then I realized there were too many, so I like skipped one in between. And here the audio, the video skips. So I did the same technique that I used with the bison, where I like traced the background thing, and then I added the extra one. And I actually remembered the symmetry tool this time. So here are all 4 of them all together, and I really like how the series turned out. So bye guys!